Greetings and salutations. I am Umvoff Neverborn, the abyss that slumbers, and you are listening to Redeye Rants, the show that asks the question, who took my hard drive? Who? I will find you, you little shit. I will find you, and I will cut you. Deep. And now the news. God Emperor Trump, the troll-in-chief, continues to outmaneuver his enemies by releasing fake stories to his underlings to find out who will betray him. His latest traitor hunt also served to get people talking about Joe Biden's son. If the Democrats had just kept quiet, it never would have come out that Joe Biden's son was used to get kickbacks from the Ukrainian government. The irony of using the mainstream media to get Congress to release information that otherwise Trump would be required by law to keep secret is goddamn hysterical. In other news, the annual migration of the blue-throated liberal warbler is passing through Washington, D.C. as we speak. You can hear its majestic cry of, "Impeach! Impeach! Impeach!" as the swarms roost on various parts of the city, shitting everywhere. Meanwhile, in France, 5 women go on trial for a thwarted car bomb attack on the Notre Dame Cathedral. They poured fuel all over their car, then tried to light it on fire, only to discover that diesel fuel doesn't burst into flames like gasoline, and thus the attempt was thwarted by the fact that women just can't do anything right. One Frenchman was quoted as saying, didn't these women know that Notre Dame had recently been burned down? What was the point of burning what had already been burned? At least wait until the thing was rebuilt or something. These 5 Islamic women are living proof that Islam is right about women. The local imam was quoted as saying, "Oh, come on, you know how it is. These silly women couldn't blow up a balloon, much less a street full of people. Just give them a cookie, pat them on the head, and send them on their way." Their attorney is quoted as saying they plan on using the pussy pass defense and expect them to get off with time served. In other news, a camel sat on a woman at a Louisiana truck stop, so she bit the camel's testicles. The camel was then attacked on social media for sexually assaulting the woman. Hashtag Camel2 started trending on Twitter, which got confused with hashtag CamelToe, caused by an unflattering picture of AOC in yoga pants. The camel in question was rushed to local hospital, where his nutsack is expected to make a full recovery. In response, the camel community has banded together with spokesanimal Joe Camel, calling for a press conference where he came to the defense of the camel whose name has been withheld under Louisiana state law. Joe Camel then coughed for a full 10 minutes until his portable oxygenator broke down and promptly passed out. He was rushed to a hospital where they removed another tumor from his throat, the 3rd this week. He is expected to make a full recovery. In Kansas City, the police responded to shots fired at the Swingers Club, where 5 people were wounded. Somebody said, "Is that really what it's called? The Swingers Club?" And the answer was, "Yep, that's what it's called." The shooter was not found, and all 5 people left by private vehicles to the hospital. Nobody gave statements, and with 3 victims sneaking out of the hospital in the middle of the night, I guess what happens at the Swingers Club stays at the Swingers Club, including gunfire. The police said the motive was unknown, then elbowed this reporter and gave a sly wink while thrusting his finger into a hole on his other hand when he made the OK sign. Clearly, this was the officer's way of saying that he was a white supremacist and that he hates colored people, especially since he was black. In other news, the British police in London stopped publishing pictures of seized knives because they realized it was stupid, and the less attention that they draw to themselves over their stupid laws over there, the better. Meanwhile, in Pittsburgh, 7 men wearing the same orange wristbands overdosed on drugs. 4 died and 3 are in critical condition. Turns out they were all white, middle-aged men, so nobody gives a fuck. A 3-year-old died after being left in a hot car in San Antonio, Texas, raising concerns from feminists that post-birth abortion laws don't go far enough. We want post-birth abortions to be safe and legal. How tragic this woman's life is about to be completely upended for something as stupid as manslaughter. How long must women be forced to go through these harrowing situations? If she was just allowed to abort her baby up to age 9, none of this would have ever happened. Meanwhile, Iran, having blown up 55% of Saudi Arabia's oil supply, asked the U.S. to leave the Persian Gulf because they were feeling oppressed. Iran, not the Persian Gulf. Stop judging my culture, the Shah of Iran whined as he had sex with the 6-year-old boy. This is just another example of Western imperialism. God Emperor Trump realized that the more these two oil-producing companies blow each other up, the more money American oil fracking corporations can make, and thus responded by scratching his balls and not giving a shit. 2 residents of Trump Tower in Manhattan reported the theft of jewelry encrusted with diamonds, emeralds, and sapphires from their apartments in the building where President Trump also lives when in New York. The police said the amount stolen was estimated to be valued around $325,000. The Democrats immediately called for an investigation, claiming that obviously Trump had broken into their apartments and stolen the jewelry and thus needed to be impeached immediately. Congressman Schiff was quoted as howling incoherently and frothing at the mouth while shouting, "Trump done wronged me, and I'm gonna cut him." 145 other congressmen echoed his sentiments, all howling at a large blue moon as they called for the president to step down. And that's today's roundup. It's been real and it's been fun. I hope you found this to be real fun. I am Unthoff Neverborn, the abyss that slumbers. This has been Redeye Rants.